Shalom, shalom. To those that might be watching this later on, shalom to those that's hopping on to the live. Oh, Salaki. Woo. We'll just hop right into this because, Lord willing, I don't be too long with this one. I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching this word and believing in this word, Lord willing that you continue to endure and be sincere, right, in the same sound doctrine, the same spirit. Shalom to the Akwatiyam, believers in this faith and this truth, Lord willing you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. Lord willing, the most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. As you can see the title, that's like my alarm. As you can see the title, the wicked made you think this is the good life. Taking that quote from Kanye. The wicked made you think that this is the good life. This is not living. I didn't really think that I was going to probably do a live. But Talaki, it's something, I even want to add on to that. The wicked really made you think that this was the good life. And I'm just going to quote it. It's a good chapter that you should read. It's 49 verses in it. Daniel, the second chapter, I definitely did a few videos on it. Lord willing, one day I'll just read the whole chapter. But Daniel, the second chapter, let me just go to this verse real quick in Joel 2:28. Let's line up a foundation, right? So I can This is Joel chapter 2. In verse 28, it says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions." Now, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to pour his spirit out on all flesh. The Lord can use anybody. It doesn't mean that a heathen that's prophesying or bringing forth something of the Lord or destruction coming, that they're the elect. No, because the Lord can use anybody. Just like when Donald Duck and Zelensky was having a conversation, and Zelensky said, "You are protected by a whole body of water, but one day you're going to feel it too." He said, "You can't tell us we ain't gonna feel it." Guess what? Through the spirit, he was prophesying and didn't even know it. You got what's his name? Putin. He said he could destroy America less than 60 minutes, or he did say he could destroy America in 60 minutes. But then he made a missile. Yes, I am. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. And then he said he has a missile that can get here in 33 minutes. And even Korea or China said that they can have a missile come here in 33 minutes. Guess what? Through the Spirit, they were prophesying, right? And when you prophesy, you're predicting the future. And when we really look at Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, right? When you look at Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, Gog, which in today now is Russia, they're going to bomb America, man, right? So when you go into Daniel, the 2nd chapter, the Lord used Nebuchadnezzar to have that dream, you know, the dream of that horrifying statue that he's seen in his vision or in his dream, right? And then the Lord have given the understanding or revealed that secret to Daniel, and Daniel gave the sense of the 4 empires, right, that's going to consist of this world, and the last one being Rome, and then Rome having an attachment, which is a small horn, which, you know, yesterday we was going into because somebody said something on the live yesterday. The little horn is America. All of this was set up by Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, right? It's nowhere where you should be thinking that being in the hands of the wicked, you were going to be living a good life, right? Let's get this, Job 9:24. Job 9:24. Are you wearing fringes? No, I'm not wearing fringes. Fringes is right behind me, though. On my poncho. Fringe is supposed to be on a garment, not a t-shirt. When you look up garment, it's a dress, it's a robe, or an overhead garment. Just saying. This is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? You go to 1 Maccabees 3:48. Right? You go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 2. No, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 and 4. Right? If this is the good life, how is this scripture lining up with the people that made an image of the Son of Man and an image of the Heavenly Father and said that they're the Most High and that they're Yahushai, and they're not? This place was set to truly distract you. If when you click this live, I don't know if you guys seen the picture that I put up here. Lord willing, I could do another lesson on this, right? You can screenshot it for yourself. Oh, well, yeah, I'm not with the purple gang. The things that they're teaching, I totally disagree, right? It's not lining up with scriptures. But hey, may the force be with you, man. Don't take the MOTB, Revelations 13, that it's not spiritual. IUIC keeps switching it. 1 minute is spiritual. Now they're teaching that it's a digital device. Then they're saying that hell is when those nukes drop in the United States, the Lord is going to open up a portal. There's no scripture saying that the Lord is going to open up a portal and somebody's going to burn forever and ever, right? But hey, you do your thing. So again, it says a country run by banks will always be in debt. Healthcare, and don't we have banks all over the world? Healthcare run by big pharma would never cure disease, right? Look at what's his name, Dr. Seppi. They don't even want you to have natural things. And don't these pharmacies or doctors or hospitals, if you want to say, if you're always healthy, how are they going to make money? They make more money when you're sick, right? It's just like a crackhead, a heroin addict, all these drugs that they use. You know, they even give these crackheads and heroin addicts a drug that's like the opposite of the drug that they take, but it still somewhat get them high. You know, it's a TV show dealing with the people that made OxyContin. They're billionaires and they're juju beings. I forgot their name, and they killed millions, close to billions of people just off of the drugs that they put in this world, and people are getting high. Opioids, tabs, right? It's so many different type of drugs that people was using that really was pushed by this current family that pushed the first drug that I know in the TV show was OxyContin. And then they had other drugs that came out, and it was painkillers, right? So many people addicted to lower tabs, right? And they're not in jail at all. Got approved by the FDA. And then, people going to say it's not our excuse if people use them as a drug. But then when you find out the first dose that you take, you will already be addicted to it, But hey, who am I, right? It says a state run by war will never know peace. And what is America is when you look at America starting with DC, that's their head, right? Military might. I don't know if I still got this picture. I'm gonna read this last one, but I don't know if I still got this picture. Okay. With the United States, and I keep saying this in multiple videos, the United States is the only country that has a military footprint in all nations in the earth. The United States is the only nation on the earth that has a military footprint in every nation in the earth. Because the earth is truly in the hands of the rulers that run America, right? The main rulers, they don't even live in the United States, right? They have their establishment throughout the whole world, starting with that unclean spiritual spirit, the three defiled spirits, right? The military might, the finance, and the religion, the Vatican, London, and America, right? It says a nation run by media will never know the truth, right? Who pushed the media the most in all the world? America. When you go to all these other countries, especially like China and Tokyo, certain things like TikTok over there, because it was created over there. When you go on their, what is it called, algorithm, kids are learning how to. They're educated on TikTok. You're not seeing twerking, dance videos all night, right? People just doing some shabba dabba doo doo. You're not gonna have multiple. You dang sure ain't having no pastor teaching they shabba dabba ding dong over there. People are getting educated on TikTok, but the algorithm over here is different because it's this is all technology, so they already know the programming or the system in the United States. And guess what? You go on TikTok and some of these devices, it keep you in a lower estate. It keep your head as a pudding. It's like, I don't know if y'all seen Jimmy Neutron when those things put that trans on them, they was just doing whatever they wanted, right? These things is putting you in a trance of everything is okay. This is a good life. Even though you gotta pay rent, you gotta pay taxes, it's still hard. I got another a lesson that the Lord might allow me to do. Oh damn, I don't got it on here. I think it's on that phone. Yeah, it's on that phone. Dang. Dang. Dang, that was a good picture too. I guess I'm gonna just have to do a video because I can't show you the picture. But again, banks, big pharma, war, and media. Now, Nebuchadnezzar had a dream of all these kingdoms that was going to come to pass in the future after Babylon fell. Ancient Babylon is done. It's bye-bye. We are in the hands of Idumea, regardless if you believe it or not, right? Because when the Lord comes, Esau is going to be the end of the earth. And Job 9:24 is the biggest example. What nation out of all nations created an image of Yahushai and named it JC? That started with the people of Idumea that pushed it as themselves, even though it's other nations that they're like Tammuz. That thing, it is almost kind of symbolic, almost to Yahushai. But the one that did it the most and made the image of themselves is Esau, right? And we could just show through the spirit, Solomon, he kind of spoke about it in Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. And we can look this man up. This Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, in verse 15, it says, I'm going to start at 14. It says, for by the vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come surely to an end. So all these false beliefs, even these rulers, are going to come to a complete end. Shalom to the brother. Yahweh Shemar Shai Bashim Rakakwadash. Yahweh Shemar Shai Brakatam. Right? Shalom. Shalom. Right? It says, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he have made an image of his child, soon taken away, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law, and graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings. Right? So now, this is talking about Pope Alexander VI. Right? We can go look him up right now, where he made an image of his son, which his son went right into the spirit world. I think he died of syphilis or of something else. You know, he laid with his sister. He murdered his brother. You know, he was a lover. He had a lover, Leonardo da Vinci, and I think he had something going on with Michelangelo, the artist, because back then painting was like the main motion, especially in these other nations too, right? This right here is a key to know that we are in the hands of the wicked. This image being pushed, right? The number one thing in this whole world, in the ancient time, people were speaking of a gods. The Israelites, when we were in our right mind, we were speaking of Yahweh, and then even Yahweh Shai, you know. But the number one conversation was a god, an idol, a belief. Look at us now. You go to, what is it, Matthew 6:24, right? Choose choose whom ye are gonna serve, right? You're gonna either love one or hate the other. Is either God or Mammon. Mammon is money. Right now, the top god outside of what this world is pushing, JC, is money. Right? You got women working a full-time or a part-time job, calling a man a brokey. And she work a 9 to 5 or a full-time job. And a brokey is somebody that's not bringing $100,000 a year. If you not wearing name brand clothes, name brand shoes, you're brokey. You ain't nothing. But then China, because of these tariffs, they just put out videos that the clothes that you buy from, you know, the people that push this in the United States, they buy them from the people that's working for only between $5 to $50. So really, like a drug dealer, like a plug, they're overcharging you. If they pay them between $5 to $50, and they come back and they charge you $400, $1,000, $2,000 for a pair of pants or a t-shirt, they got your ass. Michael Jordan, he pay about $3 to I think it's 3 cents to $30, between 3 cents and $30 in China, one of those countries, to make his Jordans. And he charge you 300 for 200 between $400. Then you got some places that charge you $1,000 for Jordan shoes. Right? Your main purpose is to be a consumer. Right? Jacob Rothschild or David Rothschild said he want a country of workers, not a country of thinkers. He don't want you to think of these things. Right? This is why going in the scriptures is the most dangerous thing to their society. So let me see if they're going to give me what I actually want. Oh, man. I don't know if they're giving me what I need. Is this giving me what I need? Okay, here we go. I did this so I can get killed 2 birds in 1 stone. This is this image that was pushed all 4 corners of the earth. They even made a statue in Brazil. And I'm going in different angles because with the statue, with this pharma, with banks and all of it, to make this new kingdom in a time of when Pope Alexander, really at the time of the Renaissance, they were trying to use a symbol or an image to persecute the people. And this is what they were trying to do in a spiritual sense, you know? And then even putting us in captivity, we were physically beat, but then they tried to enslave you spiritually on not being able to read and write, not being able to teach a certain way. So they tried to manipulate the scriptures and make you teach it a certain way, then make a new Bible called a slave Bible. Like the Rav Shah, he said, they wish they never created the internet. Soon as we were able to be free, but the elite started to look that they can use us as consumers, because to them it's all about money. That was the whole point of the other picture I wanted to show you, that they want to keep you they want to keep you working, keep you more distracted. And every day that you get up to go to work, every day you watch TV, every day that you on a device, they are making money, right? So when we was reading Wisdom of Solomon 14, verse 14 to 16, when you go to this iconoclast, a person who destroys religious image or oppose their in veneration, whitewash, right? So back then, you know, we even have memorials, just like when you take pictures with your camera and you make a collage of your children, your 3 years ago, and all these pictures of you and your family. We even had pictures of the prophets and the apostles, right? Because we were artists too. We wasn't worshiping them. Then you got some that were worshiping images, right? But even in the time of in Rome, they were always making statues as an idol for you to look up at. Look at this person in the Greek captivity. They used to have statues of each person, even people that used to rule in gladiators, from a father to a son to a son to a son. They would honor a father's tradition, right? And idolizing the things that he has done to make Greek or Rome great, right? Just like what they doing with Yahweh Shai. I'm in Buffalo, New York. You go near Delaware Park, and they made a statue of David butt naked. Oscar Mayer Winker all out. He just butt naked, but of course he looked like an Edomite. You know we can't condone that. What happened to Noah's son? Right? He got hit with a curse and a penalty because he was seeing his father's nakedness. So when you go into this image, Bojea, this is a developed false image of Hamashiach. Under the power of the Catholic Church, Pope Alexander VI, which is Caesar Borgia's father, decided that he would have his son, Caesar Borgia, used as a model for Yahweh Shai in paintings that Da Vinci was commissioned to do. These paintings emerged between 502 to 503, and really what it was, the Pope Alexander made a competition really between Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, who can make the best image of his son. Leonardo da Vinci won. And it's multiple images. Before he was blonde, now he got dark hair. They keep changing the damn image. When we go into scripture, the Lord has one image, you know? But that's one point one point of showing who our enemy is. Right now, outside of how your feelings or emotion is trash. The so-called white man is ruling the earth, which his ancient name goes back to the Edomites, right? Because even the people of Rome were calling themselves Idumean, even though they were speaking Latin or Italian, right? They were Idumeans, right? Herod was an Idumean, right? He was an Idumean, which that goes back to Edomites. It's no new nation on the earth. It's just a lot of people got new names. Where do you think the so-called white man and woman got the nationality Caucasian? From the Caucasus Mountains. When they fell, which is kind of lining up with Revelations, the 20th chapter. You know, we are in the hands of the Edomites. And that's part of Nebuchadnezzar's dream. You know, we were set up with the okie doke, man. Even though these things, it was already said multiple times by the elder apostles, on down by me, Yarmayan, we basically bringing out the same thing again, is because Israel is so stiff-necked and hard-headed. You know, you love every good gift, but when the truth come out, you don't want it. This is why I truly want destruction to come, man. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. I think I'm on verse 8 too. No. Okay, yeah, I'm going with that. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. A gift destroyeth the mind. Right? So now when they gave you your little small freedom, that was like a gift. Because you were working for free. Wasn't getting nothing. Yo, the clothes that we were wearing, you was not dressing how you dressing now, B. You wasn't. And everybody say, oh, slavery was back then, man. Leave it back then. This is how you know anybody saying that, and then you ask them, do you believe in the Heavenly Father and the Son? And they say, yeah, no, you don't. Because to believe in the Heavenly Father and the Son, which is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, right, you will have to believe in the things that happened in the past, and you will have to think of the prophecies. Because for you to get to where you at right now, and all these nations to be how they is now, it had to stem from prophecy. Now we're in this modern world now. We're not moving like in the ancient world, right? Marriage, arranged households, right? The father being separated back then, that was never happening, right? Divorces, yes, we were probably doing that in a wicked sense, but you wasn't doing no divorces. It doesn't matter if a man was getting another woman or not. Women really, if they was following the Lord, they were more in order. But the more we went off, the more women went off, right? When we're talking about the nation, when the nation went off, the women became worse. Then the men became worse. And our oppressors afflict us even more. So having little freedom to walk, that is a good gift that they're destroying your damn mind. You getting a damn cell phone, right? If your kid is not outside going somewhere, why they got a cell phone, right? Because when you really look at it, a child would be so synced in a cell phone, and people, oh man, they're just kids. Now that's true. They are just kids. But in the ancient world, no kid had no damn cell phone, and they had a delight to hearing the words of the Lord. They had a delight hearing the prophets. The more we kept going in captivity, the more our kids became less knowledgeable. We were educating them. Now you got to go to a school to to have your kid be educated, and then they're not even educating them in true history, giving them something else. Because what did he say? David Rothschild, he said he don't want a nation of thinkers. He want a nation of workers. School is just to set you up to get your working papers, man. To even go to school, you got to take they sea biscuits right in the damn arm. Then if you don't let your kid go to school, then they call CPS on you. How you niggas free and it's the good life, and you saying, look, I don't want, I'm gonna just teach my kid. You got to sign up for homeschool. Why can't you just homeschool and naturally? You are under subjection, and it's not in a physical way like it was when you were getting beat. It's even worse. It's a spiritual, mental, and financial way, because now they looked at you and examined. I'm gonna get these niggas. All these things is to put you in a different slave way. This is a war tactic, right? I'm gonna go back to that verse the brother put, Mashak. I'm Salaki. Like I said, I'm not good with Hebrew names, so I'm gonna say Malak the king. But they will still say they got free will, right? And that's another thing, right? We'll get some verses on that too. Jeremiah 10 and 23. That's a closed casket, right? Ecclesiastes 2 and 17, it says, therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrote under the sun is grievous unto me. For all is vanity and vexation of the spirit, right? Even the NLT, it tells you that Solomon said all is meaningless. You go, I think it's 1 Timothy, the 6th chapter, it tells you, be content with just food and clothes. Because when you start getting all this other stuff, your heart start to get swallowed up like TD Jakes. And now you want more, you get addicted. Yo, have you ever got a check that was $1,000? I have. And then the next time you get a check, that shit 800, 700. You was like, wait, hold on. I had 2 checks that was 1,000. I had another check 900. Why is it going down to 7? Why is it going down to 6? Then you start feeling like, wait, hold on. I need that extra bread. But of course, we need to pay bills. But I'm talking about the feeling of when you got extra money. When I was in the world, I'm spending. I want to look fly. I still try to look fly on this side. I gotta, instead of just being in the house, I gotta step out and just drive, because I'm a man. I got to. But being in this captivity, that's what our mindset is everything that we do on this side is always allowing the enemy to gain while we still getting little, right? Where is a woman getting her own fabric and making her own pants that her husband can wear, and he can go fashion that? You know how hard it is, how much you got to spend to go get that fabric, make your own clothes. Then it mess up. Then you got to go get more, right? And still, you still buying fabric from your oppressors. Deuteronomy 28. This is a serious case to understand and know that everything that's under the sun is vanity and vexation of the spirit. And your adversaries, the ones that's giving this world, right, is selling it to you to make you feel like you doing something good. Most of the things that we do, some of the elites don't do, right? They're not caring about the most lavish. Some of the most richest people is riding in a Junebug car, or probably got one car. Ruling a country is way more better than a car and some clothes. They might be wearing a suit. You niggas worried about some J's and all of this. Man, they're ruling the fabric industry. They're taxing these people so that whatever you making, I'm taxing you for this. And then whatever you making, I'm taxing you for that. They even drop money on war. Every Jake that becomes a millionaire or a billionaire, they either got to do some crafty stuff or do some TD Snake stuff and be a power bottom. And still you don't got no country. You don't got no bank system. You don't even got a law or a military. Jake, show me one rich person that got their own military. Oh, he got a security guard. This system was instructed by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right, we're going to go back to that Ecclesiastes, but let's get that Daniel 4 and 17 that we've been bringing out for the past few days. You know, we bringing this into existence because this kingdom, every empire that was before this, it always grew and it fell. Only a nigga mindset gonna think, oh, this place is gonna stay forever. It's this dude at work that say America is the best country, it would never fail. Nobody can bump against them. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will. Soon as you bring up the Heavenly Father, nah, man, when God set this up, man, then people say this is heaven. How is this heaven? For them, it is heaven, rulership. So you telling me that you supposed to be a servant the whole time? What did Jeremiah say? Is we a homeborn slave? Hell no, we not. Right? This is Daniel 4 and 17. It says, this matter is by the decree of watchers and a demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men, the lowest of men. Right? The Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, ruleth in the kingdom of men. So this ruler sells you water. Right now, it's raining right now. Right? You got a fireplace. He sell you wood where trees just naturally grow on the earth. Yeah. And you just think you free just because you can go buy this and buy that. No, you're not. You are a dollar sign, man. Right? If the Lord got prophecies, if people speaking about Yahweh Shai, who everybody want to say JC, you really think that he really created you to be a servant for your whole damn life? Right? Jake, you gotta really like Jake always want to say, man, we the best people. Now when the truth come out, you got people saying that God only care for you. Now y'all get defended. What happened to back in the old days where Jake say we the best dancers, the best singers? Y'all wasn't bringing up none of those nations. Y'all was saying white man can't jump, but we can. Right? You was saying all those things that you can do and nobody else can do. Hairstyle. I seen a Jake cuss out this white girl, but she really could be a Jake because she had some sauce. She had braids like a Jake woman would have. She said, yo, take them braids out. That shit look ugly on you. And the girl was like, what? Man, no, this is my style. I like this style. She said, no, that's our style. And then she was about to fight her because of her hairstyle. You know? But soon as Jake, somebody tell you that you God chosen people over all nations and you supposed to be the ruler of the earth. No, but what about the white man first? All of y'all mention the white man, you don't mention the Chinese, and guess what? They ain't nothing, they beneath you. But you'll hurry up and rub in somebody's face, you got the best hair. You got the most beautiful women. Our men are the best in the whole world. Right? When the Lord created everybody, it started with blacks. You'll do that, but soon as you'll say that the Israelites out of all nations on the earth is better than any nation, y'all get butthurt. Because guess what? You are not truly a believer of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You are stuck. This is how you know our oppressors got niggas stuck on La La Land in a popsicle. You know when a kid crying and you give them a snack, they act like they girl, you was just crying. You got to tear down your cheek, and now you got that little sucker in a bag of chips. Now you ain't crying no more. That is Jake, right? And what a grown-up. A woman, you touch her sexually in a certain way, she'll act right for a good 5 minutes. Literally. You give her some weave, you give her some weed, you give her some liquor, right? You go take her out, that girl will shut up and then stop thinking about how much you make or the argument or you was talking to a whole nother girl, whatever the heck it is. This is a real fact. This captivity got our women effed up, fucked all the way up. And it got the men fucked up all the way up too. Right? Esau, when you go into Genesis, the 25th chapter and the 27th chapter, he's a man of the field, just like Cain. And when you are a man of the field and you're a hunter, you look at your animals, you look at your prey before you kill them. We are a prey, and Esau is being he's strategizing. Every move he is strategizing to put you more in the hole. The brother put Lamentations chapter 5, verse 2 to 5. He dropped down to verse 4. So Lamentations 5 and 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens, which is foreigners. People say, where's your homeland? It's Africa. No, it's not. Israel is free, right? Which is really Yasharella. That's the land that's taken. That's the land where the United States pour money in. They don't pour money in Africa, right? Those niggas is consumers over there too, right? Our land is taken by strangers, man. This is not home. You ever go out of town and you be like, I'm homesick? Through the spirit, that's the elect. The elect is homesick. No person that believe in the Heavenly Father and the Son, Yahweh Shai, should ever want any captivity to last long. You should want to be in rulership. You should want to breathe fresh air. You should want your wife in order. Brother, you should want to be in order. You should want to enjoy your children. right? You should want to be able to, even in the ancient world, like before, even when Yahushua was crucified, Jake wasn't locking his doors like Esau do in the suburbs. When Yahushua got afflicted, when you even go into the gospel, you know, that's probably for another video. You can go look it up. I'm just quoting it, so go look it up. Where when Yahushua appeared unto them, especially in the time of Thomas, when he said, "Oh, I'm not gonna believe unless I put my hands through him," they basically was blocking the door, locked the door, but it said Yahushua appeared in the house because they were afraid. Because anybody that was a follower of Yahushua was going to get persecuted. How you think what's gonna happen in this time? 2nd Esdras 16. They're gonna break through, they're gonna break in your house and take you out your house. Some of us is gonna be trying to lock ourselves in our house so nobody come and get us. Everybody is set up in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua's plan. Isaiah 46:10. The Lord declared the end from the beginning, and he's gonna fulfill all his pleasure. And right now, this America, all these countries established, this is part of the Lord's pleasure. But the Lord is sending out his prophets to reveal the secret. The secret is, Jake, you are in the last captivity in the hands of Esau, regardless if you accept it or not. This is not living in no type of way. I don't care if you're a millionaire. You $1 million slave, $1 million Israelite. You just a nigga that don't know nothing, that got paper monopoly money. Oh, I don't use paper. I use credit cards. But going to that bank is going to be paper there. Any Jake that's rich, where's your land? Where's your military? Jake always saying, I'm rich, I got this. Jake want to flash money. I'm about to read the brother's other comment. Last night, there's an artist named D-Lo. I know everybody should know who that is. D-Lo, the artist. It just came out that this man, a screenshot that he came, that he is D-Lo, was talking to a sweet tank powdered Splenda sugar and said, oh, I don't want to be on the blogs. And he knew that this person was a boy dressed up as a girl. You know, a lot of y'all really don't understand that a lot of things on this side is made for your amusement. But on the other side, the elite is trying to destroy your children, trying to destroy the man's manhood. Masculinity becomes very low and feminism is very high, because I'm about to show something. Let's see if we can look at this in the spirit, right? When you go to Revelations, the 17th chapter, what is it? Revelations, the 17th chapter, verse 1, it says, there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Right? This is a queendom, and that whore is America. Right? It sits on many waters, which is going into peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. Right? America would be the capital of Esau's foolery or wickedness or sin. Right? This is the head, but this is a whore, and this is a queendom. And with this queendom, it pushes for the to raise the stature of women. The Lord said that he would do something new in the earth, and a woman shall surpass a man. We're in this captivity where a woman surpass a man, where a man has to put a woman emotion and feelings before reality. Even though the Lord say, dwell with the woman according to wisdom and knowledge, and honor her as the weaker vessel. Regardless, whatever captivity, whatever life, she is the weaker vessel. We're going to recognize that. But still on this side, you have to uplift a woman in from her lower values on this side, right? Because this is a queendom. But when we look in the scriptures, it's all about the man. It's all about the man, right? This is a queendom that feeds on the pleasure of women. When America was established, women wasn't half naked. They wasn't even naked. We grew from a slave to walking in a modest back seat to this and this and that, having freedom, and then women having rights. Then soon as women get rights, more clothes start getting taken off. pants start coming on. Then women start getting certain jobs and then feel like they better than a man because they making more monopoly money. Now we in a time where women butts, yo, it's about to get hot. Ass is about to be out, man, like a baby running in a house, literally. And Esau cool with that. Oh, you're still a woman. Don't worry about what anybody say. No, that is a harlot apparel, because this is a queendom, right? Limitations 5 and 4. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. How? How is this living? How is this the good life, Kanye? Where you said something about the juju beings and they took money out your account. That's how you know your bank account ain't safe. How they take billions out your bank account. And now you a millionaire. A low millionaire. How? How is that, Sway? Jake think because he make millions of dollars, he good? You still got to keep your mouth shut. You got Michael B. Jordan. No, not, is it Michael? No, not Michael B. Jordan. Salaki. Sorry, my brother. Even though he not his truth. Sorry, brother. What's his name? Brandon T. Jackson. This man was saying he was an Hebrew Israelite. He was trying to make his own currency. Now he said he had to drop that thing because it was coat-ish. But when brothers, even when he came across the brothers in Great Millstone, right? He was asked questions, and he was asking questions, and they try to answer him. He didn't want to deal with it. He felt like everybody should come together, right? We should make our own society, build our own community. Jake, Esau got us so effed up that we think building a community gonna change. We did that with Black Wall Street. It failed. Right now, if the Lord got the prophets out, that's how y'all trying to misuse the prophets. You think now that the prophets out, let's rebuild. No, the prophets is the warning sign. Destruction is coming. When Daniel prophesied this to Nebuchadnezzar, that was to seal the deal. After Nebuchadnezzar, his sons ruled, the Persian Medes was coming. After the Persian Medes did their little ruling, then the Greeks was coming. Then after the Greeks did their ruling and their wickedness and the Hellenization, then the Romans was coming. Then after the Romans, then they were going to fall. And Jacob was going to get up high and then fall very low again, right? And then the Ishmael and the Africans were starting to slave you. Then the Europeans coming out they mountains like a crackhead. Yeah. Now the Lord is putting on in their mind to rule the earth again. So all them kingdoms been failed. It's no way only a nigga mindset, a lost nigga. I'm talking about one of those real lost niggas that's gonna say, let's build something. Let's build something. But none of y'all want to really take heed to prophecies that this place gonna get destroyed. How you gonna build? Why would you want to build wealth in this land and it's about to be destroyed? Make it make sense, man. Let's put our money together. Let's have a land. Guess what? That land gonna be destroyed. HOI. Verse 5, it says, our necks are under persecution, we labor and we have no rest. Right? I'm up still, right? Even if I doze off for 30 minutes, I'm up still. Got off for work at 8 a.m. Go take me a quick African shower, right? And go lay my butt down, then wake back up to go to work again at 8 and stand on my feet. Then even your children get an education and don't even know. Kids, they got it a little easy, but they still getting afflicted with education, right? Holidays is when the holidays come, your school is in a holiday spirit. Kids don't even have no understanding of really speaking on those things, right? If your kid missed too many days of school, right, that's bad. That's bad on them. Then it start looking bad on you. So you got to make sure that your kid going to school enough, even though they might miss. Like, it's a lot, man. Then your kids is getting hollered at school, or they getting bullied, right? Or same-sex boys might, oh, hey, you look cute. You look cute, Devontae. And that's a whole boy, man. Your daughter, right? You seeing another girl kiss, right? You don't got supervision. And we really feel safe. Like, oh, I'm nervous to having my kid go to school, but you still allow them to get on that bus. You ain't nervous. Go look up what you got to do to have your kid homeschooled. That would show that you don't want them to go there. If you ain't looking it up, if you ain't trying to build something in your pocket to make sure they go homeschool, or make a way that you can educate them while they homeschool, then nah, you not really with it. You already know the system. You know what? I can't. I gotta work. I don't know if I can do all that funds. I don't know if I can do that. Man, they gonna have to go. If we were real nervous, we ain't letting our kids go to school. But you don't got no choice. You really don't. Some people, the Lord is gonna move a matter on you where you like, man, I ain't doing this. Nah, hell no. My kid gonna get homeschooled. Hey, even if I gotta pay 160, we about to get this thing done. Hey, yo, babe, let me get that extra 160. I'm gonna need that. You gonna get it done. But still, them kids still know better. The kids gonna have the mindset that they might be better than somebody else. Put them on the spotlight. Hey, what this going into? What this going? And they don't even know nothing. Right? This society is draining the men, the women, and the children. This is not living, but the Lord set us up in this thing, right? Now, going back to Daniel 2 real quick, I just want to go to this verse, Daniel 2 and 21. It says, real quick, it says, he changeth the times and the season. He removeth kings and set up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. So if the Lord set up kings and remove kings, the Lord eventually is going to remove this king. I'm on captivity, or are you saying I'm in captivity? And if you're saying you're in captivity, I would say, hell yeah, I'm in captivity with you. We're in this thing mentally, spiritually, financially, and somewhat physically. Because right now we about to usher, the Lord about to have Esau usher in that charagma. And that charagma, they want you physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially in captivity. Right? But everything that is used for the ministry, the Lord did to make the ministry flourish. Starting with this YouTube, the TikTok, whatever else is able for you to push the ministry on a high level, Yahweh did that for the elect. But everything else on the left-hand side, that is for the wicked, especially you 2/3, Esau, you other nations. All these things that they put in this world, the wicked are going to be consumed by it, right? Because Jake, we've been so destroyed that we don't see happiness. Like I might look like a loser because I'm reading, going in the word all day. Oh man, this man, he about to bring this out and none of it happened yet. That's the point of prophecy. It's predicting the future. How did you get to America? It was prophesied. And that was years and years and years and years and years and time ago. And you're living it now. So sometimes prophecies, it takes a minute. The Lord don't work on your time. He work on his time. Everything is evenly planned out. Claudia, she said, I hate this captivity. Yo, I hate it with a passion just like you, man. I literally hate it. I hate it just like you, right? I see now great minds is thinking alike, you know? Hey, if somebody else hate it, well, put it on the chat, man. Speak it into existence, man. Say I hate this captivity, right? Because sometimes you got to tell yourself that, you know? Because sometimes you find yourself in enjoying this captivity. Then you get comfortable. You get blindsided and forget where the hell you came from, right? Let me get this, man, right? Because if Jake is free, go to another country and don't use your enhanced ID or I forgot what kind of ID it is to get on the plane, and don't use your passport. Go to another country without an ID or passport. I'll wait. Right? Make money without the money that the world gives you. Show me. Make money without the money they give you. If you know what I'm saying? Hey. It's other ways to be rich. Cattle, land. Hey, and guess what? You still got to go to your oppressors to get land, to get cattle. So how is a nigga free? Right? This is Jeremiah 2:14, it says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? These are question marks, right? We put anger in the eyes of the Lord. So he turned his back on us and he sent these people unto us. The Lord sold us unto these nations. And the Lord, when he sold us, he didn't ask for anything in return. Because when the Lord come back, he's going to take everything. Everything, man. He going to get his people back, rulership. And this is why the elites is moving in a way. And this is how you know from the Israelites, our mindset of rulership is different from every nation. You got Esau now putting paper on your mind, right? Back then, we were using gold and silver. They hid that away, make it less interesting. Now, Jake, even though, you know, it's natural for us, we wear gold and silver more on our neck than we got gold and silver in our hands because we're using the system that's used in front of us, right? We're using paper. Then you're using a plastic credit card. You're using a bank, which sometimes it accumulate interest for you, or when you or having it in there, they take an interest from you, right? We are in a system. And this is the prophecy pertaining to Daniel. Ezra had this, right? John the Revelator, right? Even in the time of Yahushua in Matthew the 4th chapter, when the devil took him on a high mountain and he seen all the kingdoms. Of course, he, through the spirit, seen the kingdoms of old, but he was even seeing the further kingdom, which is in this side. Yahushua already know that we are here, right? So let's just get this, and then we'll slightly close. And Lord willing, I can tap back into that same picture. Right? We're going to go to Acts, the 1st chapter. Right? This is to show you the mindset of the apostles. They wanted the kingdom. Because why would you ask this question, and is you going to restore the kingdom of Israel? Because they want the kingdom. They want it to be established. Well, what is your mindset? Have you been asking? Haven't you been thinking about it? Have you been reading? Have you been watching the videos daily? Every video? If you haven't, have you been watching the old videos? What is your mindset? Your mindset should be your actions. If you really want the kingdom, you should be trying to get edified, to get your spirit right, right? Being set apart from this world, right? So that your light can shine, that, hey, maybe a family member or a friend will gravitate to it, right? This is Acts chapter 1, starting at verse 6. It says, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel? And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after the Ruach Kodesh has come upon you. So you're going to have power when the Ruach Kodesh come upon you. And ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth. So the uttermost part of the earth, the apostles in that time never came to the uttermost part of the earth. That's the ends of the earth. The Western hemisphere is the ends of the earth because all people were in the Eastern hemisphere. The Western hemisphere was for modern time. So this even showed you reincarnation, that the apostles, the prophets of old and of the time of Yahushua are coming back on the earth. And they're going to be in the ends of the earth, coming with the power after the Ruach Kodesh. So when you truly are getting edified and you're getting this truth, and you're agreeing with the sound doctrine, right? It says in Acts that those that believe in him are going to get the Ruach Kodesh, just like what it said about the Gentiles. We are those Gentiles in this time, right? So when you're getting edified and built and actually having a right understanding, right, you're getting a little taste. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 14 in the Amplified, because it's going to give a different wording. You can read it in KJV. It's still going to hit the same way. But it says the Ruach Kodesh, the Holy Spirit, is the first installment, man. Then when stuff really get worse, your spirit, that Ruach Kodesh, is going, if you are a true believer, if you are of the elect, is going to increase. And what Yahushua said, you're going to do greater works than me. So it's things that they did at their time, but in the end time, these men of the Lord are going to do greater things than what Yahushua did on the earth, because the Ruach Kodesh is going to enhyphen. If you've been watching my page or any other brother's page, the last few videos I did outside of the little dreams, maximize your faith. Examine your faith so that you can maximize your faith. Maximize your faith, because when that time comes, those that are true believers, starting with the men, are going to have a hyphen in the Rakak Wadash, and you're going to do not strange things for a piece of change. You're going to do miraculous things in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? Shoot, I hope you do too. I hope the elect, I hope, you know, seeing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you know, to see Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that means this place is falling. Right? You want famine of the word to come. You want me to stop teaching. You want the apostles to stop teaching. That's going to show who's the real believers. All those lessons that came out is you up and thinking about it, meditating on it. Don't be, oh, we're the men of the Lord. You should have been listening to these videos, because we were telling you the famine of the word is going to happen, where we're going to be removed off the streets. The MOTB coming, the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. Those things come. Of course, we in the flesh, you're going to be a little afraid, but those are that smile moment in the spirit. He's coming. He's coming. You know when your kid, like if somebody making fun of your kid or something, and then you like, oh, see, when my dad get home, you in trouble. Yo, when Hamashiach Yahweh Shai come, you mother suckers is in trouble. And you niggas that don't care about Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, you is in trouble. You know? You are in trouble, man. You ain't trying to, y'all misusing the prophets. And it's okay. That was your, like Denzel Washington, Angela Bassett. We're the best actors on the earth because you're really acting out your role. Right? Let me get this one in Jeremiah 10:23, because the brother said we don't got free will. This is how you know everybody, when you watch a movie, nobody in the movie has free will. They're all reading a script. Woo! That just came to mind, man. That just came to mind, man. Right? When you watching a movie, they don't got free will because they're reading off a script. If things are predestined, you were predestined to do the things that you were supposed to do. Job 33, verse 14 down, it says the Lord is speaking to you in your sleep and in your dream, right? And instilling your instructions. And then you wake up and then you fulfill those instructions. Right? Jeremiah 10, verse 23, and it reads, it says, "O Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps." Right? Proverbs 16:9. A man's heart deviseth his ways, but the Lord direct his steps. And this is all men on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. That's why you think if these nations don't like America, why they didn't bomb them yet? Because the Lord, in the Lord's mind, in his prophecy that he have given us, is not time yet. That's why no nation ain't doing nothing. America ain't doing nothing. The MOTB ain't not out here yet, because the Lord ain't. That's why Esau really think he really in charge. No, you not. It look good. It look like you is, right? It really do. But the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. That's why Esau truly can't do nothing. Yahweh Shai told Pilate, you can't do none unto me unless it's sanctioned from the heavens. Nobody in this earth can do anything unless Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in the spirit world moves you to do it. You can't, man. You can't. Right? Lord willing, this is edifying. It was encouraging. It was thoughtful. You know, Lord willing, you can think like, yo, this is not it. There's so much going on. I didn't even cover the basis. I did more talking. I brought out some. You know what I'm saying? This is just all through the spirit, man. You know, this is not our rest. And we're living out a dream that Nebuchadnezzar had. Truly, we're living out a dream that Nebuchadnezzar had. And we're at the feet. And the feet is divided. The toes, iron, part clay. Part is going to be strong, part is going to be weak. We're in that time right now. America is divided and they're weak. I'm telling you guys the secret. America is weak. They're divided. That is the sign that lets you know this place is done. You know when something, when your wife or your mom makes something good and you like, hey, something is brewing in the cooking. Something is brewing and they don't even know, man. They don't know. Oh man. Oh man, it's gonna be tremendously awesome. And of course it's gonna be terrifying because it's something you ain't never seen. The chariots is gonna block out the sky, something you ain't never seen. The same time, simultaneously, the missiles are gonna be in the air, going past the ozone layer, and by the time they're coming down, Yahushua is gonna come, and he's gonna be doing his thing, and people are going to be scarcely saved, like at the last moment. Oh man. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Al Shai Bashim Kakwadash. The water Yahweh Bashim Al Shai for allowing us to bring this out. Lord willing, it was edifying to the hopeful elect, whoever they may be. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth in the same Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, that you all continue to endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwat Yom, believers in His faith and His truth. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. With that, I want to say shalom, shalom. Think about it. Think about it. The wicked really made a lot of us believe that this is the good life. But this is not living. Because the Israelites, Ezra said it in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, verse 55. The Lord made this world for our sakes. If that is the case, why are you low? You answer that question with knowing that you transgress and forsaken the Heavenly Father and the Son. Now that we in this last captivity, the Lord has given us that light, and it's this truth, that song. He woke back up the men of the Lord from a dark, lower state, and now they're back teaching His word. That right there is a sign for every Black, Latino, Native in this world, starting with America. Take heed to that sign. Open your mother-sucking eyes. Pray to Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. Pray in that name and ask Him to give you understanding. And He might move you to a man that's actually teaching. Take a minute, just sit down and just listen to the lesson just like you watch a movie. Shit is about to get real. Embrace for impact. And if you don't, what did He say in the house party? That's your ass. Don't play with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because He is not playing with you. Take that literal. Because when you look outside, He ain't playing with you. Because how did you get to where you at? Shalom.